Hi, how are you doing? My name is Rohit and I'll be breaking down the 42nd match of this year's IPL, which saw the Kolkata Knight Riders taking on the Punjab Kings in Eden Gardens in Kolkata, and history was absolutely just made today. I don't know how to explain it. KKR puts up 261 and Punjab chases it down successfully. They score 262, win by 8 wickets with 8 balls to spare. So not only did they successfully chase down over 260, they did so with an over to spare entirely. What? Think about that for a second. When normally a chase ends with an over to spare, we're thinking, okay, this team chased well. But there's chasing well, and then there's batting out of your absolute mind. That's what Punjab did. They just batted out of their absolute mind. And that's crazy to say because, again, KKR put up 261. They had to bat out of their mind to put that up. So what does that say when you chase that down? I don't know what's going on this year. We've had so many 250 plus scores. And honestly, like seriously, we need to have a discussion about the type of pitches that are being put out because it makes no sense whatsoever as to why we're seeing so many high scores and it feels like all these high scores can be easily chased down. It doesn't make any sense. What sort of decision making is going on in terms of pitch curation, in terms of pitch construction maintenance, as to why all these roads are being put out? There's absolutely nothing in it for the bowlers. Everything feels like it's just a batting paradise. And for some reason, and it feels like 200 is the new 150. It's frustrating. It truly is. But that aside, going back to KKR starts very strong. Phil Salt and Sunil Narine both score over 70. Sunil Narine 71 from 32. Phil Salt 75 from 37. And again, they go back to their usual template of go aggressive with the openers, have someone be a sort of an anchor, and then everybody else around him contributes as a back-end finisher. That's what happens. Venkatesh Iyer is sort of the anchor in this situation as he was the only one who faced more than 10 balls who had a strike rate of below 200. And even his strike rate was pretty healthy at 170. So having a 170 strike rate as your anchor, that should tell you the type of scoring that happened. Andre also does what he does, 24 from 12. And Shreyas Iyer provided a lot of finishing impetus, 28 from 10, and some very clean hitting. Normally, that anchor style is usually his role, and he decided, no, I'm going to be the aggressor today, and he was very aggressive, 3 sixes. KKR ends up with 261, and it gets chased down. And the funny thing is, starting with the power play and going throughout the innings, Punjab never dipped below the asking rate. They were there. They were going well above it. And it starts with Prabhsimran Singh in the power play, just absolutely taking it to the KKR bowlers. Punjab finishes the power play with over 90. Keep in mind, prior to this year, we've only had 4 scores of over 90 in the power play. Within the past week, we've already had 2, which included SRH scoring 125 a week ago, and now we see Punjab scoring over 90 today. So, again, pitch curation is strange, but aside from that, you go on, and Johnny Bairstow keeps the innings together, but he on his own was incredible. 108 from 48. He marshaled this entire chase. And then Shashank Singh comes in, and as he's done this entire season, as he's gained a reputation to do, he absolutely went bonkers. And 8 sixes en route to 68 from just 28, providing that massive finishing touch that Punjab needed to win an absolute historic chase. And hilariously enough, Sunil Narine went for just run a ball. 4 overs and just 24 runs. Meaning in the other 14.4 overs that Punjab faced, they scored 230, which is absurd. Beyond absurd, if anything. It doesn't make any sense to try and think about. How do you score 230 in just 14 overs? Come on. That is wow. So again, you have 2 very quick fire 50s, 2 very aggressive 50s, and then you have a masterclass of a century to really keep the innings together. And this is probably going to be the template going forward in terms of just how to operate these sort of chases. Because we see teams just go absolutely berserk at the back end and they get close to these sort of massive chases, but ultimately they fall short because they didn't have anything at the start or they just couldn't get something going in the middle. KKR should have tried a little harder to try and make something happen. And unfortunately today, they just couldn't find something to happen. And Punjab gets a fast 50 to start. They get a very fast century in its own right that kept the innings going. And then they get a really fast 50 to end the innings. So you have fast, fast and stable, and then fast. And that's what you need. And this was a chasing clinic of the highest order. I don't know how else to describe it. Whatever record you could think of, it was broken. And again, you're thinking, you've said this before. Yes, I have. And I'm probably going to be saying it a lot more because it feels like every record is at risk. I'm just in awe. I'm absolutely in awe. I don't know what to say. I don't know if there's anything left to say. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. As always, please like, comment, subscribe. And with that, I'll be back for the next one. Have a good one.